Some anime deaths make us cry. Others make us stare at the screen in stunned silence, wondering what we just witnessed. Welcome to Nonagon, and today we're counting down the top 6 cruelest deaths in anime. This isn't about simple endings or heroic sacrifices. These are the moments that twisted the knife, physically, emotionally, or both. We're talking about deaths that came out of nowhere, deaths that were unfair, deaths that were viciously intentional, and in many cases, deaths that felt disturbingly real. Maybe it was a beloved character torn away at their peak. Maybe it was a villain's twisted sense of justice. Or maybe, just maybe, it was the story reminding us that in this world, there are no happy endings. Whatever the case, these 6 entries left an impact that fans still talk about. Some scarred us, some enraged us, and some made us appreciate just how far anime can go when it wants to hurt us. So, grab your emotional support plushie, take a deep breath, and prepare to relive 6 of the most cruel, unforgiving, and unforgettable deaths in anime. Starting off at number 6, we have a death that didn't rely on gore, but left a permanent scar on the soul. Nina Tucker, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. When we first meet Nina, she's all smiles and innocence. The sweet little girl who plays with her dog Alexander and instantly bonds with Edward and Alphonse. She's the heartwarming pause in a world full of military politics and dark alchemy. And then we meet Sho Tucker, her father, the man known as the Sewing Life Alchemist, a man once celebrated for creating a talking chimera, a man desperate not to lose his state alchemist certification. So what does he do? He creates another talking chimera by fusing his own daughter with her dog. And just like that, the tone of Full Metal Alchemist shifts forever. Gone is the lighthearted moment, replaced with sheer horror. Nina's voice, twisted and broken, now echoes from a creature that shouldn't exist. Ed, Ward, play. It's not just the grotesque result of forbidden science, it's the betrayal. A child, sacrificed by the one person meant to protect her, for ambition, for survival, for ego. And it doesn't end there, because even after this unimaginable act, Nina doesn't get mercy. She's left to suffer, confused, hurting, still clinging to the hope that someone will save her. Until Scar arrives, and with a heavy heart and righteous fury, ends her life. It's not flashy, it's not bloody, but it's pure cruelty wrapped in scientific coldness and emotional devastation. Nina Tucker's death isn't just sad, it's a warning, a reminder of how far people can fall, and how sometimes the monsters in anime aren't demons or titans, they're human. Coming up next, a death so violent, so merciless, it still gives viewers chills, and it all happens under a bright blue sky. Number 5. Coming in at number 5 is a death that hit like a bullet to the gut, literally. Sasha Blouse, Attack on Titan. You know her. The potato girl, the one who brought levity to a world drowning in blood and titans. Sasha wasn't just comic relief, she was warmth, heart, and surprisingly deadly with a bow. And then she died. Just like that. After one of the most explosive episodes of Attack on Titan, the raid on Marley, Aaron's assault, and the chaotic escape aboard the airship, things finally seemed to calm. The music softens, the crew reunites. There's laughter, relief, and then a single gunshot. Sasha drops. Gabi, the warrior cadet from Marley, had snuck aboard. And with one pull of the trigger, she steals away a fan-favorite character in the blink of an eye. It wasn't heroic. It wasn't noble, it was senseless, random, cruel, and that's exactly why it works. Because Sasha's death wasn't just about losing a character, it was about the cycle of hatred, the way vengeance turns children into killers, the way war doesn't care who you are, it just takes. The final blow, Sasha's last word, meat. Even in her final breath, she reminded us who she was, simple, kind, human, and that's what made it all so heartbreaking. Because in a show filled with monstrous transformations and battlefield carnage, the cruelest death can still come, from a single bullet. Up next, a scene so twisted, it became one of anime's most disturbing memes, and a moment that's impossible to forget. Number 4. Number 4 hits like a gut punch wrapped in pure nightmare fuel. MIDI, Made in Abyss. If you've seen this show, you already know Made in Abyss is not for the faint of heart. It lures you in with cute art and whimsical music, then throws you headfirst into some of the most soul-crushing content anime has to offer. And no story captures that better than Middy's. She was once a cheerful, bright-eyed child, full of curiosity and dreams. But those dreams died the moment she was taken by Bondrewd, the Lord of Dawn, and one of anime's most chilling villains. Deep in the abyss, Bondrewd performs horrific experiments, testing the effects of the curse of the sixth layer, and Middy, she becomes his guinea pig. Strapped into a machine with her best friend Nanachi, Middy is subjected to a blessing that's anything but. The result? Nanachi survives. Middy is transformed into a flesh blob, robbed of her humanity, her voice, but not her consciousness. She feels everything, she remembers everything, and she suffers endlessly. For years, Middy lives trapped in this grotesque form, immortal and in pain. Nanachi does everything she can to care for her, to ease her suffering. But there's no cure, no hope, just waiting. Until one day, Reg, the robotic boy with a heart, offers a release. And with a trembling hand, he fires his incinerator. Middy dies, not in battle, not heroically, but as a mercy. It's one of the most cruelly tender scenes in anime history. A death that forces the audience to question the cost of science, the meaning of humanity, and what it means to let someone go. Middy's end wasn't just tragic, it was inhuman. Because her suffering wasn't an accident, it was a choice, made by a man who smiled as he tore children apart in the name of progress. Next up, a betrayal so shocking, it defined an entire series, and left fans questioning everything they believed. Number 3. Sliding into number 3 is a death so painful, fans are still not over it. Maze Hughes, Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood. Hughes wasn't a warrior, he wasn't a villain. He was the guy you needed in this world of alchemy and war. The loving father, doting husband, loyal friend, always cracking jokes, always talking about his daughter. He brought warmth, levity, and heart to a world drowning in secrets and shadows. And then, he got too close to the truth. Unraveling the conspiracy behind the Philosopher's Stone, Hughes stumbles into something far more dangerous than he imagined. And that's when Envy appears. Disguised as a trusted comrade, Envy shoots Hughes. But the real cruelty? Envy transforms into Hughes' own wife to deliver the final blow. Yeah, let that sink in. His last sight is the face of the woman he loved. His last thought is for his family. That's the part that breaks us. Because Maze Hughes didn't die fighting a monster, he died trying to protect the truth, trying to save the people he cared about. His funeral is one of the most infamous scenes in anime. Little Alicia crying, "Why are they burying Daddy? He has work to do." It's not fair. It's not noble. It's just wrong. And that's what makes it cruel. Because sometimes anime reminds us that the good guys don't always make it, that justice doesn't always come on time, and that even in a world of magic and monsters, the real pain comes from loss that feels all too human. Coming up next, number 2. A death so gruesome, so sudden, it shocked an entire generation and proved that no one is safe. Number 2, taking the number 2 spot is a death that's as shocking as it is disturbing. Kite, Hunter x Hunter, Chimera Ant Arc. Kite wasn't just strong, he was wise, calm, collected, the kind of mentor every shonen protagonist needs, and Gon finally had one. When the Chimera Ant threat emerges, Kite leads Gon and Killua into the heart of danger. He's clearly the adult in the room. Even with his strange roulette weapon, he radiates experience and power. But then, Neferpitou shows up. The tone shifts instantly. This isn't a normal fight. This is death incarnate. In a matter of seconds, Kite realizes the truth. They can't win. Not against this monster. So he does what any mentor would do. He sacrifices himself to give the boys time to escape. But here's where it gets cruel. We don't even see his death at first. Just a sickening cutaway. And his severed arm flying through the air. Later, when Gon and Killua return, what do they find? Kite's body. Reanimated. Used as a puppet for Pitu's twisted training. a hollow shell, swinging a scythe, devoid of life or soul, forced to fight until it literally falls apart. It's psychological torment, not just for Gon, but for us. Because Kite wasn't just killed, he was desecrated. And that's what pushes Gon to his breaking point, to that terrifying transformation. The ultimate price of rage. Kite's death wasn't flashy. It wasn't noble. It was the merciless removal of a guiding light. And the cruel reminder that Hunter x Hunter plays by no one's rules. Up next, number 1. And at number 1, the most soul-crushing, senseless, and brutally human death in anime history. Miki Makimura, Devilman Crybaby. Miki wasn't a warrior, she wasn't a villain, she wasn't even part of the bigger cosmic war between demons and humans. She was love. She was light in a story drowning in chaos. But when the world fell apart, when fear and paranoia consumed the masses, Miki became a symbol. And in a world ruled by fear, symbols get torn down. After society discovers that Akira is a devilman, half human, half demon, Miki stands by him. She defends him online. She believes in him. She holds on to hope, but that hope becomes a target. And then, the mob comes. Not demons, not soldiers, just ordinary people driven mad by fear. They break into her home, they chase her, they catch her, and they kill her. Brutally. They beat her. They stab her. They decapitate her. They mount her head on a pike, and they burn her home to the ground. There's no music, no slow motion, just raw, unfiltered violence. And when Akira arrives, it's too late. He sees her body. He screams. And something inside him, and us, shatters. Because Miki's death isn't just a loss. It's the loss. The moment when even love isn't enough. When innocence is crushed by ignorance. When the worst monsters are human. It's a scene that doesn't just hurt, it haunts. And that's why it stands tall, or rather burns low, at number 1. The most cruel, devastating, and unforgivable death in anime. And there you have it. 6 anime deaths that didn't just break our hearts, they ripped them out. From scientific horror to senseless violence, from betrayal to sacrifice, these weren't just story beats, they were emotional wrecking balls. They remind us that anime doesn't play nice, it doesn't protect its darlings, and sometimes it stares you in the face and asks, "Are you really ready to feel this?" But now, we want to hear from you. Which anime death hit you the hardest? Was there one we missed? Or one you wish you could unsee? Drop it in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more heartbreak, horror, and unforgettable storytelling. Nonagon, your go-to place for epic lists, anime insights, and the darker side of storytelling.